everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Sulaiza Sabtu and I lead Asia Pacific Transport Logistic Portfolio and Product Marketing. I'm pleased to be able to present and share with you on how to increase visibility in end-to-end supply chain logistics and the role that HERE technologies can play to support your business. Now, before we start, let's do some context about who is HERE Technologies. So our company, HERE Technologies, is a location data and technology platform company. We've been around for more than 3.5 decades. We help our customers understand and model a world that's always moving and changing. And we produce something what we call a digital representation of reality. Now, it's a map, but also much more than what we would call conventionally think of as a map, because it's living, dynamic, and continuously updating. Now, it covers not just roads, but more and more of the world in 3 dimensions. Now, this representation of reality is the basis for us and our customers to understand how people, places, and things connect together. And HERE Technologies has about 8,000 employees and offices in about 56 countries across the globe. Now, this gives us a strong local presence, especially in key markets internationally. And the root of HERE extends way back in 1985, when a small team started developing the first digital map database at the San Francisco Bay Area. Now, the company's goal since then has remained the same. That is to develop the best maps and location experiences for people and businesses to navigate their world. And being a great company means you do not work alone, because we've partnered with some of the best minds and organizations globally. Because in support of our mission to deliver the best possible location services experience, showing you our partners who make this happen. And we can count almost every major car company as one of our customers, plus many tier 1 vendors and solution providers. And we also work with numerous national, state, and regional transportation agencies and traffic management centers. And for example, fleet and on-demand companies like Grab, or even GIS, geospatial specialists like Esri, or even telco companies like SK Telecom, and conglomerates like Mitsubishi Corporation. Now that you have some background information about HERE Technologies and what we do, let's move on to the topic for today. Now, how location technology can power the logistics demand of today and tomorrow. And I'll now touch on 2 fundamental elements of that will drive visibility in the end-to-end supply chain logistics. Now, you can see here that we have a huge opportunity within the logistics industry. There's about US 5.4 trillion, and this has been gathered for the past 2020. And half of this market opportunity comes from land transport and grows to 70% when combined with air, sea, and inland transport. When looking at growth rates, the fastest growing area is, of course, from CEP, which is Courier, Express, and Parcels, at 7%. And to maximize efficiencies and value across multimodal transportation, fleet management, the role of location services is very critical. And I'll talk a little more about fleet management actually shortly. So another fundamental driver of logistics is the increasing demand from the uptake of e-commerce. Now, with better internet access, along with efficient, effective, and quick distribution of goods, consumers across the globe have turned their attention from physical to online shopping. And e-commerce is part of the Courier, Express, and Parcel services, which now has undoubtedly taken the world by storm, and especially with the outbreak of COVID-19 that has started since 2 years ago. Now, looking at e-commerce sales by region, we can see that APAC is widely contributing to the global e-commerce market. Over 60% of the transactions stemming out of the region. So why is that important? Now, looking at the boom in e-commerce growth of 24% for the last year, high consumer delivery expectations, and combining with the COVID-19 restrictions, we observe some very key trends. Now, first, the diversification of products sold online, like groceries, pharmaceutical goods, apparels, and more. Now, secondly, at the receiver end, the customers are more demanding of last mile delivery experience, including shipment visibility, like where is my package, or even precise ETA or estimated time arrival, which is when can I get my package at the best possible price. Now, this puts a lot of pressure on suppliers, especially when they must reconfigure their last mile fleet to deal with demand shifts and spikes. And last but not least, customers have started to look out for alternate delivery solutions. For example, on-demand deliveries, curbside deliveries, and even pickup deliveries. So let's look at an example for India. Now, how does this matter for India? Now, we see that many buyer feedbacks mention that they experience their goods delivered to the wrong address. About 81% of them. Or even same goes for couriers, which they are unable to find the buyer's location, which is 53%. And this has been researched through by a company that we engaged last year. Now, how this happens stems from the structure of addressing to the input of the addresses in the online purchase. And in our recent study of consumer behavior analysis in India by Point Consulting, one of the key findings was that more respondents find it easier to enter their address when using, for example, Amazon or Flipkart, because of their implementation of a structured address framework. Now, this approach helps to remove ambiguity and inconsistencies and greatly improves the accuracy of the last mile delivery. Now, in the same consumer studies, it also shows that besides having a proper framework for the addressing fields and landmarks, additional address fields would also be useful. Because results indicate that there's no standout address field missing, but rather elements such as providing a contact number would help, as well as the ability to add GPS coordinates for their location. Now, in India, we also found that POIs are also often used by India users when searching for addresses or places. It is very clear to see that offering nearby landmark details is considered a part of the address information. Like, for example, the corner of the big billboard or the red mailbox. So let's provide an example of this practice in words on how location intelligence can help at all the stage of the location journey or the logistics journey. At the start of the journey, which is planning. Now, what does it mean? We want to improve on-time performance and efficiency with dynamic route optimization. And let's move on to execution. So when it's being executed, we want to provide customers with the real-time multimodal shipment visibility, identify possible disruptions that might happen, and also avoid them along the way, and derive real-time ETA notifications. Now, in between, during the freight handovers over oceans, enabling smoother inbound logistic operations and handover, and reduce waiting times or idle times with yard mapping and navigation does help a lot because it reduces idle and wastage of resources. And last month, which is optimizing the operational efficiencies and on-time performance, as well as to reduce the cost to serve. But finally, and not the least, a post-trip analysis that we can help to derive insights with predictive data analytics for future business improvement. And we feed on machine learning algorithms to find out about driver behavior because we can get the right assessment, for example, to be used for usage-based insurance. So let me share how here technologies with our fleet management solutions using our location intelligence capabilities have been powering safer and more efficient deliveries from the first to the last mile. And this span across important areas such as planning the best routes, avoiding impending hazards, and improve driver performance and safety. Now, if you look here, our fleet management solutions are packaged and delivered with HERE platform. It has map contents, APIs, and SDKs to solve specific needs in the fleet market. So for a dynamic route optimization, that helps to solve the problem of unreliable commercial vehicle planning and ETA calculation. Or for example, driver-facing solution that helps to solve the problem of drivers needing specialized apps for navigation, job scheduling, and on-road disruptions. Or even commercial vehicle visibility that solves the problem of tracking vehicles in real time, and driver job analysis that helps to solve the problem of analyzing driver behavior and assessing their safety. And we have a turnkey solution called the last mile. It is a SaaS application that solves end-to-end job planning, dynamic replanning, dispatch, and tracking in the last mile. So now we have heard about fleet management. Let's take a deeper look at supply chain visibility and how location intelligence can help enable shipment efficiencies and end-to-end improvements in logistics. Now I'd like to start with some trends related to the supply chain visibility. And even before COVID-19, there was an increasing need for companies to increase visibility of their supply chain. Now you can see from this chart that represents about 80% of companies in the industries that would want to do so. And in addition, 70% of businesses finding it too complex to predict ETAs accurately. And we are talking really end-to-end. And of course, COVID-19 has now accelerated this trend and challenge for companies because it has become key for businesses to invest into supply chain visibility. Location technology makes any supply chain completely resilient, irrespective of what is the underlying business solution that is being used, from execution to post-trip analysis. Now, looking at execution, if you provide your customer with real-time multimodal shipment visibility or identifying those disruptions and derive real-time ETAs, it does reduce a lot of their cost operations. And during handover, when we enable smoother inbound logistic operation and handovers, we help them to reduce waiting times with the yard mapping and navigation. And in our post-trip analysis, we help to derive insights with predictive data analytics for future business improvements. So what does the customer benefit if they invest in supply chain visibility? Now, well, there's quite a few benefits I like to call out here. So look at some of these numbers. About 10 to 25% decrease in downtime. Now, through an on-time info or OTIF delivery process, we are able to predict the location of a good from warehouse to the distribution center to end customer delivery and to alert end customer of any predicted delays. Now that decreases in downtime up to 25%. The percentage of 15 to 20% increase in workforce productivity. How is it done? It is through a more focused resource planning through all these solutions. We can reduce idle times from both the resources and the equipments because resources from manpower will not be idle and resources from equipments will not be left alone. And 20 to 40% improvements in ETA prediction because with better planning, better middle and last mile execution, as well as better end customer experience, it leads to increased NPS score. Now at HERE, we can help you improve supply chain visibility through our solution on HERE shipment visibility. And I'll give you an example in just a few minutes. So what does HERE shipment visibility do? Now we track anything, anywhere, because it can track a shipment seamlessly, indoor and outdoor, on the road, in the air, or even in the ocean. Secondly, we create multimodal ETAs because it gets best-in-class ETAs when your shipment is with a third provider or party carrier. Now, third thing is able to detect damage because it monitors your shipment conditions and know if there's a damage. And we enable it through our Here platform because it benefits from customization such as venue or yard maps on top of the Here platform that we powered from. And all in all, we want to create an improvement towards the matrix because it increases OTIF, on time in full performance. We want to meet SLAs through these solutions, reducing the cost and boost your NPS. I'd like to share a reference example which we have with Siemens Healthineers. It's a leading technology company with over 120 experience and over 50,000 employees in more than 70 countries. Now, when it came to us, their challenge was linked to the complexity of coordination and tracking spare parts of time-critical and high-value medical equipment. And this includes their 4 key challenges shown here. Because what's the problem that they come to us with is they have complex multimodal supply chain. Firstly, they have daily coordination with multiple multimodal forwarders globally. Secondly, is they lack real-time visibility because the lacking of delivery status from their providers and shipment coordination information, deliveries are being made to the wrong locations. And thus, with these 2 factors, it also wastes their technicians' time because it enables them to search for spare parts that may be not inside these huge hospitals, creating delays in delivery and installation. And all in all, what it led to is a lot of significant costs and risks, excessive downtime, unreliable SLA compliance, and sometimes even dead-on arrival shipments. So with that in mind, the problems that we found out from them, we worked with the team at Siemens Healthineers to design a shipment visibility solution for tracking and monitoring of location, condition, and ETA of medical equipment service parts, bringing in the real-time end-to-end visibility into the outbound supply chain. And to achieve this, a smart sensor tracking device was developed to enable complete shipment condition monitoring with global connectivity and the ability to record data when offline. And based on Here tracking technology, Siemens Healthineers customer service engineers are now able to track the location of service parts during transit and after delivery inside a hospital and monitor their condition in real time. And in this way, we are helping to improve health outcomes for patients of hospitals. This is just one key example of how location services can help our society as a whole. But there are many other opportunities how location services can connect the world. And in closing, the solid foundation of Here's global platform and ecosystem lies in the 3 decades of experience that we bring in the industry of location technology. As I mentioned earlier, we are trusted partners that many of our customers have counted on for a very long time. So if there's only 2 things that you should take away from today, it would be we wanted to actively help you to make the best out of the opportunities of location technology to enable your logistics use cases. And we've seen many ways that location services can provide high impact end-to-end visibility of the supply chain. Now we are here to partner up with you. We want to co-develop with you, to co-create with you. So the focus is now all on you to enable your use cases and to enable your success in improving your businesses. With that, I would like to thank you for your time today and encourage you to download our latest report in partnership with Frost & Sullivan, which discusses the challenges and opportunities in fleet management, asset tracking, and shipment visibility. So if you can scan the QR code on the screen above, you can access to this report. Thank you very much for your time.